Importance of consumer protection. It is very important to protect the buyers or the consumers. Why? Because any business is dependent upon buyers or consumers, right or wrong. So if you start up a business, who is the most important thing in your business? Consumers or buyers? If you are getting buyers, it is but obvious that your business shall be successful. But what if you do not get buyers? If you do not get buyers, your business is not going to be successful. So now we are going to see the importance of consumer protection. Why is it important to protect the consumers? The first one, important from consumers point of view. Okay, so we are going to talk about buyers point of view. Why is it important to protect the consumers or buyers from the view of buyers itself? Okay, now the first one, consumer ignorance. Now consumers are ignorant about their rights, they are ignorant about their responsibilities. That means, let me give you a very small example of this. At certain places, the Pepsi bottle which is available at rupees 40 is sold at rupees 50, right or wrong? But still consumers do not use their right and say that the MRP of this particular product is 40 rupees. Then why are you selling this product at 50? They are ignorant. They ignore that the price is 50 instead of 40, right? And they are ready to pay 50 for an MRP of 40, right or wrong? Okay, now for example, if you go to certain hill stations, a Pepsi bottle which is of 40 rupees is available at 50, but you will not argue and you will pay 50 rupees. So you are paying 10 rupees more. So you are ignoring the fact that the businessman is cheating. And for this reason, it is important to protect the consumers, because consumers are ignorant. Consumers will ignore that they are being cheated, they are being manipulated, the businessmen are doing some unfair trade practices. The next one is unorganized consumers. Unorganized means, for example, let's talk about consumers. Consumers are located at different places. Some consumers are in Gujarat, some are in Maharashtra, some are in Delhi, and so on. Now, Gujarat people are away, Maharashtra are away, and Delhi people are away. They are not together, they are away. Now, what will a businessman will do? A businessman will take advantage of this situation and a businessman will cheat Gujarat people, Maharashtra people, and Delhi people. Why is he cheating? Because these people are away, these people are away, these people are away. Now this is called as unorganized. Unorganized means every customer is away, every consumer is scattered, and that gives a businessman the autonomy or power to cheat everyone. Now what can we do in this case? Gujarat consumers can come with Maharashtra consumers, Maharashtra consumers can come with Delhi consumers, and all together they can form an organization which is called as consumers organization. So all these people can come together and fight with the businessman if he is doing some unfair trade practice. Okay, so the second point is consumers are unorganized. They are away from each other and they do not come together to fight with the businessmen. So it is important that all the consumers come together and form an organization in order to fight with the business. C, widespread exploitation of consumers. Now, exploitation is a new term. No, it is a very simple term. Exploitation means cheating. Okay, widespread cheating of consumers. That means businessmen cheat consumers on a daily basis. I don't say, or we do not say, that all the businessmen are cheaters, but there are some businessmen who cheat consumers on a daily basis. They are cheating in terms of price. As I said, 40 rupees product are sold at 50 rupees. Low quality products are sold to the consumers. So in this particular situation, it is important to protect the consumers. Okay, so these are the 3 points that we have discussed. Now moving forward to importance of consumer protection from businessman point of view. So businessman point of view means the businessman has to protect the consumers. It is important for the businessman to protect the consumers. How? First, long-term interest of business. What do you understand by the term long-term interest of business? Long-term interest of business means if any businessman wants to carry on a business for a very long term, then he has to protect the consumers. It is very much important to protect the consumers. Why? Now, basic reason over here is in the long term, if you want to do business, for example, today you are cheating a consumer. That consumer will tell another consumer that this businessman is cheating, and eventually everyone in the town, everyone in the city will know that you are a corrupt businessman, you are a very bad businessman, and people will avoid buying things from you. So in the long term interest of consumer, it is important, in the long term interest of business, it is important that you do not cheat the consumers. So if you want to run a business for a long term, you cannot cheat. I remember one incident over here. Vijay Mallya cheated the shareholders. Where is Vijay Mallya today? Nowhere. Right or wrong? Why is it so? Because Vijay Mallya did not think about the long term, and instead he was cheating to his shareholders, to his consumers, and today Kingfisher Airlines is nowhere. Right or wrong? So whenever you cheat, you cannot do business for a long term. It is temporary. That profit is temporary, but if you want to earn profits in the long term, you have to satisfy the consumers. If consumers are satisfied, they will come to you again for the purchase, and you can earn enough amount of money from that. Okay. B, businessman uses society. Now any business is doing one thing, converting input into output. Now this input generally means land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. All this input is provided by the society itself, and using this it produces output. Now who buys the output? Society. Right or wrong? Now, should businessmen cheat the society? No. Businessman is doing business because of society. He buys the input from the society and he sells the input to the society, and any businessman cannot function without society, right? So whether you talk about input or output, whether you talk about inversion or outversion, a businessman is dependent upon society. So it is of no use to cheat the society. Okay. C, social responsibility of businessmen towards the society. What do you understand by the term social responsibility? Social responsibility means the responsibility of the business towards the society. Okay, responsibility. Now it is the responsibility of any businessman towards the society that he should protect his own consumers. He should not cheat them, he should not manipulate them, he should not do any kind of unfair trade practices, and he should produce good quality product at reasonable prices and should provide them to the consumers, right? Moral values. Now what do you understand by the term moral values? Moral values means some values that you have inside you, right? Now these values say that you as a businessman, okay, this value will say that you as a businessman shall always do whatever is right and you cannot do wrong. So as a businessman, you have to do right and you have to protect the consumer. Okay, as a businessman, it is inside you, you have values. Okay, now these values tells you that you do not have to manipulate the consumers and you have to protect the consumers. You can do no wrong. You can do no wrong means that you cannot cheat because it is inside your value system, right? Every businessman should have value and hence they should protect the consumers and they should not cheat the consumers. They should not take higher prices. They should not sell illegal products. They should not sell low quality products. Okay. Now moving forward to the next one, government interference. Now let's talk about two businessmen. Okay. Businessman 1 and businessman 2. Businessman 1 is cheating the consumers. Okay, now businessman 2 is not cheating the consumers. Now what will happen in this case? Businessman 1 is cheating, businessman 2 isn't cheating. Now if businessman 1 is cheating, government will interfere. Okay, and businessman 2 is not cheating, he is doing business in a fair way. Will the government interfere? No. In this case, yes. In this case, no. So if you want that the government does not interfere in your business, it is important that you do not cheat and you carry on the business fairly and you protect your consumers. And if you are cheating, then government will interfere and you can also be behind the bars, right or wrong, for cheating the consumers. So it is important to protect the consumers and not to cheat so that the government does not interfere. The last one, consumer is the main purpose of business. Now you start up a business. Your business can be a profitable business or a loss making business. So whether your business is profitable or a loss making depends upon the consumers. How can you say that? A business can do profit if there are more consumers. A business can do loss if you do not get consumers. So how can you get consumers? You can get consumers simply. How? By giving them protection, by giving customers value, by giving them good quality products. If you are doing all this, then your customer is satisfied and you can do profit. So any business that has been started, the main focus is consumers, because consumers are the key to profit or loss. Now it is up to you how you make profit or loss.